man, what the do y'all know about sports?
You are now listening to the Best Damn Sports Podcast. Period. I forgot. Welcome back to the What Do Women Know About Sports Podcast. I am Brittney Griner.
And I'm Vicky D.
It's been, 2 weeks?
Not 3, but about 2. Yeah.
What's been going on?
Not much. Just living life. How are you?
It's hot. We literally went from winter to summer.
No, winter to rain.
Summer. We have no spring at the moment, and I don't understand it. Where's the spring weather at? It's like winter, summer here.
Spring taking a break.
Spring like
said, summer do your thing.
Exactly. I mean, but I did see you last week at the May 4th. We went to a concert.
Yeah, I ran into this one at the Her concert.
I was walking up the steps, and I was like, "Who's calling me?"
I was like, "Bree."
But she was amazing. She was amazing.
Yes, but I forgot she was going.
Oh, okay.
I did because I remember you mentioned you was going, and when I saw you, I was like, "Oh yeah."
And we was in like the same section.
Same section. I was a few rows up in the rain. But it was all good.
It was a great concert. If you've never seen her live, please go see her.
Next time she is in your city, go see her.
She's amazing.
Yes.
Like top to bottom. Like it's like she give you a full show. Plus she plays instruments.
Yes, she plays the drums, piano, guitar.
Her bass, all of it.
Her background singers.
So one of her background singers, the dude, it wasn't the one with the solo, but the other one. His stage name is Blakely. But his real name is Jaden. I know of him.
Oh, you do? Okay. Jaden Gray.
Yeah, Jaden B. Gray.
He was in the.
Yeah, that was the other male background singer. That was him. That was him. His stage name is Blakely. So his artist.
Why did I not know that he was one of her background singers?
I didn't either until I was watching the show and I was like, his build looks like Jaden. So I was there with my niece and my cousin. So when he had like a small little solo part, I was like, I know that voice.
Are you serious?
It's very distinct. And when she said this is Blakely, I was like, that's Jaden.
Are you serious?
Dude, he is amazing.
What?
He's amazing.
I'm sorry.
It's like, granted, he's currently singing background for her, which is a accomplishment, but he's amazing.
He needs his own. Like, if y'all don't know who he is, I first seen him on the show Boy Band, right?
So I saw him first I'm a big fan of the Terrell show on
YouTube. That's your first time seeing him?
And so like he was on the Terrell show and like Terrell and him was discussing his time on that show.
On Boy Band, yeah.
Right. But I first heard about Jaden on Terrell show.
But when I saw him on that show, I was like, that dude need to be solo. He don't need to be in no group. But he was like, he liked being in a group. But I feel like he should just be solo. And that...
I first knew about him on the Terrell show maybe like 3 years ago, and like since then, like I've listened to, like he's put out 2 Christmas singles. I love them both. He's put out 2 singles. I've downloaded them both. He's sung background for Kanye in like Kanye's little gospel things.
Yeah,
and like now he's singing background for her while she on tour. It is a great show overall.
It was.
Yeah.
Sorry, we was talking about it.
But besides that, though, just living life. Yeah. Life is lifing. It's lifing.
Life is lifing.
Yeah. Well, first on the docket, we are in Cardinal season.
Yes.
The Cardinals really are like hot and cold. They be winning some days. So then like next day they be losing. Then they come back and win again. It's very inconsistent. And granted, it is still very early in the season. It's
very early.
So I'm not really upset about that. But I just want them to like get together. I did. If you follow us on our Instagram, the game that I went to March 28th, I tried to document some footage for y'all like on the Instagram, and like I made like a little short reel. I had fun doing that. So I'm going to another game June 11th.
Who they playing?
The Reds, and they're giving away replica rings on that day.
Oh, what year?
I don't know. I forgot. But I'm going to that game, so I'm excited about getting me a replica ring.
Nice. I got a replica ring. I think it was 67.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
like that,
I'm excited about going to some more Cardinals games this year. Like I'm trying to go to as many games as possible. I'm trying to go to a Blues game too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the Cardinals. It's kind of hot and cold right now, which is to be expected. We still early in the season.
Yeah.
They trying to feel their way through a little bit, so I'm not too mad about it. Just as long as when it comes down to the crunch, they be on their money. Okay, be on their money.
Facts.
Aside from baseball, last week, May 6th, the WNBA season started.
Okay.
If you are not watching, tune in because this could be your last season seeing legends on the court, okay? Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi. I know for a fact that Sue Bird will be retiring after this season.
Okay.
Diana Taurasi, she feel like she gonna play forever.
She like LeBron at this point.
Yeah.
She gonna keep going.
But if you are not watching, make sure you watch. It is great basketball aside from the regular NBA playoffs going on. Mm-hmm. They play hard. They play well. They play a cohesive, collective team ball.
Right. So
it's great basketball all around. Make sure y'all are watching it. I know the Phoenix Mercury. They unveiled like new court art design for this particular season for them. Okay. Because Brittney Griner does play for them, but since she's still currently in Russia.
Yeah, speaking of that, her has been extended.
For 30 more days.
Yeah.
And I'm upset because why? Why? She been there since February.
She's been there since February, yeah.
Whoever is on her team, they not working hard enough. She asked for house arrest, and I think they denied that.
I think so, yeah.
At this point, it's becoming worrisome. It's like you are worried for her. Like, what is her fate? Like, it's like, what is her health? How's her mental stability? Like, why isn't she back at home yet?
Apparently, she's been wrongfully detained.
Yeah.
Like
CBD stuff. Come on, we got bigger issues. Bigger issues. So I know, like, with Brittney being over the Phoenix Mercury and the Phoenix Suns, they have both like unveiled like floor art, like this dedicated to her.
Okay.
So like, shout out to BG. We hope she come home soon. Cause she been over there way too long. And then to get the news today about them pushing it back,
yeah,
that was like first thing this morning.
Yeah.
Early this morning, I was like. Because May was supposed to
May
be the
19th,
time.
yeah.
Was supposed to like be like the time for them to like go in and like liberate everything.
Right.
Now they pushing it back 30 more days. So sometime in June.
June 18th, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I can just imagine what her headspace is like. Her mental. You know what I'm saying? Like.
I mean,
like you in a foreign country already, a country that really isn't the best place to be. Russia, for one thing. So I just hope that she's doing well. I hope she's in some realm of being healthy with her circumstances. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they said that WNBA is monitoring developments on her. So
they ain't working hard enough.
Huh?
They ain't working hard enough. Cause since February, we in May. This is May 13th. This May 13th. Like, this is May 13th. And, like, I know this really isn't a precedent. This isn't, like, a Joe Biden situation. But you keep giving these countries, like, billions of dollars. You can make something shake to get her home, bro.
Can he?
Probably not. But I'm hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic here.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Just make sure y'all are tuned in to the WNBA season. Make sure you keep checking your updates on Brittney Griner. We are hoping for a safe and healthy return for her. But yeah, I'm excited about this season's WNBA just because, like, I know this is like Sue Bird's last season. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with them. Diana Taurasi, like she has a stacked team.
Yeah.
Candace Parker is coming off a fresh championship last year with her new hometown team,
Chicago Sky.
Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting season, especially with the new draftees and stuff.
Right.
Just to see how they integrate in and going from playing college ball to like not playing pro ball. it's a different dynamic. So I'm excited to see this like play out. Yeah. And I want a WNBA. I want the orange hoodie.
I know. I want one too.
I want one. Send me one, somebody. But I want one. So we are in the time of playoffs.
Yes, playoff season.
So we're in playoff season for both hockey and NBA.
Yes.
Go
ahead.
Speaking of hockey.
Hockey. Yes. Yeah, I know we gotta talk about St. Louis. I mean, duh.
Hometown team.
Right. So
the St. Louis Blues, they are in the playoffs. They played round one. Round one was against the Minnesota Wild.
Yes. What is a Wild? First of all, what is that? What is a Wild?
That's their team name, Minnesota Wild.
What is their mascot? What is a Wild? Like a mountain, like a woods.
It looks like That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Anyway.
So round one was against Minnesota Wild. Last night was game 6, and St. Louis was leading the series 3-2.
3-2, right?
They won 5-1.
Yeah.
So St. Louis is moving on.
Whoop, whoop.
We are moving on to the second round, and it's where they will be facing the Colorado Avalanche.
Yes.
I'm excited for them.
Yeah. So we have ran into the Avalanche. No pun intended. Twice before, right? And we lost them both, obviously.
In like the past 2 seasons, right?
I'm not sure, okay. But yeah, but we did get swept in the first round last season
by them. So hopefully this is good karma because like we're past round 1. This is round 2.
I feel like the team's pretty confident, right? They can third time's a charm, right?
Third time's a charm.
You would think, so the Avalanche does have home court advantage, right?
Yeah.
So you would think they would be nervous on the road, right? Starting off the first game on the road. But
they play better on the road. I think so. Yeah.
Do they now?
I'm thinking.
Yeah. One of the players of the Blues is David Perron.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was just like, which is pretty good perspective. So he basically was like sitting at home, like say if Blues had home court advantage in St. Louis, them just sitting at home, it would probably be, more nerves than when you're starting on the road. You're like at a hotel just sitting with your teammates. So it's probably
and going over plays and stuff again.
Much better, starting, on the road than like being at home with the nerves and stuff like, Which I was like, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm excited for them because this is their, I think the road it's trying to lead back to the Stanley Cup Finals. They haven't been since they won in 2019, which was pre-COVID. I'm trying to think, do we count the bubbles or not?
I always put an asterisk by the bubbles. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's an asterisk.
That don't really count.
And then 2021 was just, you was booed out the first round. But since now that we're past the first round and we're moving on, this is a good look for us. Mm-hmm. So I'm optimistic.
I am too.
Positive.
I have faith.
Yeah.
You can do it.
But yeah, I watched the ending of last night's game and it was they played here. So game 6 was in St. Louis last night. Mm-hmm. It was a packed house, and they ready.
Oh, we ready.
We ready. We ready. I'm just listen. We're trying to listen. We love playoff season, whether it's basketball or hockey. We're here. We're here. So I'm excited for them.
Yeah.
And to win 5-1, that's a really big confidence boost. It's like hockey really isn't it's not a high scoring sport anyway.
Right.
But to win by that wide of a margin in hockey, that's kind of like a confidence boost, for your team moving forward, especially coming off a win and then going into the next round with that same momentum. It should work into their favor. So just gotta see what they do moving on. But for now, let's celebrate the round 1 victory for a second.
Yeah.
But then get back into business because listen, we got business to handle in round 2. So shout out to the Blues.
Start next week.
Okay.
Start next week.
And tickets for these games have been been being sold out. People are buying these tickets to these hockey games. Cause I was trying to get one for like not round 1, but I wanted to see like when round 2 was going to start. People are buying these tickets. It's just because like just to be in the atmosphere.
It's a good atmosphere. Like I've been twice.
Yeah, it's a good atmosphere.
I've been twice already.
I've been when I worked. It's freaking amazing. I've been when I worked there, and it's like it's one thing to be at a hockey game like during the regular season. It's a whole different type of energy in playoffs.
As I've been told that, and I want to go.
It's a whole different type of playoff energy. Like it's always a rally towel on your seat. You can just it's a whole different type of energy.
I'm gonna have to try to see what them tickets looking like.
It just depends on where you want to sit. I will say that
I don't mind sitting in the back. I really don't.
I will say that anywhere you sit at the Enterprise at the Enterprise Center, it's not a bad.
It's like Busch Stadium.
Yeah, it's not a bad seat.
Got you. So no matter.
But it's a whole different type of energy in playoff season than it is during the regular season. It's just more intense.
Oh yeah.
It's just because like like we're on our road like to a bigger goal. So Blues, my fingers is crossed for y'all. I'm ready. But also playoffs, National Basketball Association.
Right.
Okay, question. Has this playoffs, like, has it been kind of boring to you? Like, in a sense? Yes or no, maybe so?
Some of the games, yes.
Okay, I thought it was just me.
It's like half of the games I'm just like, eh.
I thought it was just me. Okay, so it's not just me.
But why do you think that though?
I don't know. Because like, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I prefer to watch the Western Conference anyway.
Me too.
Than the East. The only reason I care about the East is because of Boston, and it's because of Jason Tatum. That's the only reason I'm caring about the Eastern Conference. I don't know. I've just always been a Western Conference, Western Conference fan.
Me too.
I think the West has always had like better teams in later years anyway. I don't know. So like, hopefully, the next round it intensifies because then like it'll be closer towards like the main.
Yeah, obviously it will. Yeah.
But we are currently within round 2, and the only team in round 2 from either conference, East or West, that is moving on that we know for a fact, it's the Miami Heat. Mm-hmm. Miami beat Philadelphia last night. I believe that was Game 6.
Yes.
They beat them last night. I figured Philly wasn't going to win. Joel Embiid was coming off an injury. James Harden is not the James Harden y'all remember in Houston. He is very inconsistent. He is not the same James Harden y'all once knew with the Thunder or with the Houston Rockets. He is not that same player, man. And I don't know what to tell people. He's not. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm sorry. Oh, before we get into that, let's give a shout out to Nikola Jokic. He was the MVP.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was
finally
MVP.
Announced it. Yes.
Shout out to him.
Yes. I would have thought it would have went to Embiid, but yeah.
So here's the thing: Embiid be made of glass. He I put him in a category of like Anthony Davis. He always hurt, always injured. Like,
but he was still clowning though.
He was, but you
can't deny that.
But you be made of glass every season, man. You gotta get that under control. But shout out to Jokic, the Joker. He is the MVP for this season. Shout out to him.
The Heat are they really are a quiet team.
They are they are
they're
silent.
Under the radar.
They are very under the radar, silent. And
Huh.
And here's what I think it is. I saw somebody say on Twitter last night, they were like, Jimmy Butler is very underrated because he isn't as flashy as other people who are ball handlers. Like, he doesn't do all the extra dribbling. Like, he don't try to cross you over and make you, break your ankles. He's very, just get to the point. I'm trying to get to the basket. And I think that's what they think is, they are very quiet, underrated. I don't think people really know, this is a straight contender.
Right.
Yeah. So Miami currently
They
cruising through. Miami currently is the only team so far between the East and the West that is going to the next round. So Miami is currently waiting the winner of the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics.
Right.
Game 6 is tonight, and Milwaukee is leading the series 3-2.
Woo.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see Boston getting past it. I don't.
I would really
I want
for Boston to get through.
But
then you got Marcus Smart on your team.
It's not even that. It's just because, like,
that's one of them.
Because like the last game, they had like Al Horford stepped up. Great player. He's been in the league for a minute. But how many times like can he do that? Like if your key players are not having like their game, like can Al Horford can he continuously like be that step up player? That's the question. So I don't know. I mean, I would prefer for Boston to win just because, like,
who would be a better team to fit the Heat? I would say Boston.
I would
that would
think
be a good
Milwaukee
matchup.
I would think Milwaukee would give them a better challenge because, like, who's really going to stop Giannis? He plowing.
I think that's
through.
going to be like.
He plowing through people though. Like you have to find a way to stop him. That's the problem.
I feel like Boston would be a great matchup. You got Tatum and Butler, bro.
That's what we prefer to see, but
I know,
I think Milwaukee it'll be a tougher matchup. Boston is probably funner to watch.
I want to see that matchup.
I do think Boston like would be more like entertaining.
Yeah.
But Milwaukee would be a tougher matchup. That's what I will. That's my correlation to that. Just because like who on the Miami Heat is going to stop Giannis. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah.
Because as great as Bam, as great as a player as Bam Adebayo is, like for Miami, like can he? It's like how does he match up with Giannis? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
But I will say that I am hoping for a Boston win tonight. So if Boston does win, then it goes to Game 7, and then that will be the deciding factor. So I'm hoping for a Boston win, but I'm not too optimistic.
Man, okay.
On the West,
first off, we got shout out to the Mavericks.
Listen.
Shout out to the Mavericks.
Listen, I did not see. Here's the thing. Luka, great player. I like Luka, right?
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I did not see this series between the Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns going to 7 games. I did not.
Well,
I know.
I was discussing with someone, and Luka does need to learn how to share.
So Luka is the Kobe of his team.
He needs to learn how to pass the ball.
So
I don't know if you've noticed, but in a lot of the plays, they run the clock down, and that's when and Luka's always at the top of the key, right? And time is always running down, and when he get to that 1 second mark, he wants to pass the ball, and he likes to turn it over a lot. I'm gonna need him to pass the ball, to his other teammates, and when he sits down, they play better. That's all I'm saying.
It's a lot of that happening on the West. It's a lot of that on the West. Like when your main player sits down the team, it functions better. Well, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah. Anyway,
but I'm honest though. I did not see this series between the Suns and the Mavericks going 7
we
games.
thought the Suns were gonna.
I was giving them at least 5 games. 5. I had the Mavs at least getting 1. 5. You know what I'm saying?
You really thought the Suns were gonna
we going 7 games.
This is crazy.
So Game 7 will be, I believe, Saturday, and it's going to be back in Phoenix.
So what do you?
I'm hoping for a Phoenix win.
Obviously, but what does Phoenix need to do to get this dub?
You need to get some stops, be better defensively, like control the ball better. Because turnovers is a problem for them too.
Yeah.
And maybe and this is just my assumption. Maybe they had some issues going back to play in Dallas because the previous time they was there, Chris Paul's family had some issues with the Mavericks fans.
Yeah.
So maybe that was still kind of heavy on their heart. That they got the animosity in Dallas, but I don't know. But when we go in Game 7, it's going to be back in Phoenix. I'm hoping for a Phoenix win because listen, Phoenix is a good team.
I don't know what's going on though in these playoffs against the Mavericks because I don't understand.
But I'm hoping for a Phoenix win. So hopefully we get that Saturday, and then the Suns get to move on.
Very strange playoff season between.
And if they move on, They will either face the Memphis Grizzlies and or the Golden State Warriors. However, Game 6 is tonight in Golden State. And here's the thing. I know everybody is talking about how Golden State was blown out in Game 5 in Memphis. I already knew going into Game 5. I knew they were not going to win.
They def gave that game up.
Yeah, it's because if you think about it, Golden State is a team, they prefer to win games on home court.
That's good and all, but the job is to get it done wherever you at.
The quickest, just to allow
get
you
it
time,
done.
just to allow you time to rest.
Y'all gonna play at home anyway. Just get it done. Like,
no, like Game 7 would have been back in Memphis.
Well, I don't.
So, but that's the thing, though. I knew going into Game 5, because like Game 5 was in Memphis, I knew that Golden State was not trying to win that game. Their goal is to go back for Game 6 and win Game 6 on home court, which is great.
Game 6 was in Memphis.
That was Game 5.
Oh, are they playing Game 6?
Yeah, it's Game 6 tonight.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Game 7.
Which is great to win on home court, but the goal is to win.
Right, and then if y'all don't win, then I gotta go back.
Right, so it's
to Memphis.
It's to win.
Just take care of business there.
And it's to
Dude,
take
y'all
care
was
of
3-1.
Yeah, and I was 3-2.
Goodness
So hopefully
gracious.
tonight y'all can just like handle y'all business and get it over with, because like the longer you wait, it's going to make you more tired, like going to the next season if you make it to the next round. I'm sorry, series. But speaking of Memphis, I got some issues with the entire team.
Got you.
During this series, the play against Gary Payton Jr. By Dylan Brooks, his suspension was very warranted. Like, the injury you caused that man to his elbow was out of pocket.
Was it his knee?
No.
Who are you talking about? I'm sorry.
So, Dylan Brooks caused the injury to Gary Payton Jr.
Oh, okay, yeah.
His Dylan Brooks being suspended for Game 3 was warranted. The next game, when Ja Morant was trying to say that Jordan Poole, sir, he barely touched your knee, sir. Ja Morant is a capper. He's great to watch, but if you've noticed, like since he's been out, his team has been playing better without him, more cohesively. Yeah, that should let you know something about you as a player. Are you a ball hog? Do you think it's about you? I got some questions. Because like I just didn't like his whole thing of like saying like that was a dirty play. He was trying. He barely touched your knee, sir. He barely touched you, and that play on your knee it is no correlation to what Dylan Brooks did to Gary Payton Jr. It doesn't even match an injury. Doesn't even match an injury. So, I mean, Memphis is a good young team, but I'm still hoping for a Golden State win.
So like, with that being said, the team playing better without him.
They are.
I mean,
they are. They definitely playing better without him.
Do you think like the team would trade him?
This is his
or is that a little too?
That's too steep.
That's a
little bit too steep.
Got you. Just checking.
I think they might have to work on making him be like more of a team player. Because I keep telling you, basketball is a team sport. It's not a one-person game, man. You have to play as a team, as a unit. It's 5 of y'all on the court together. You have to work together as 5.
Did you see in Game 5 when they was playing Whoop That Trick?
Yeah. Because, listen, Memphis blew the backs off the Warriors in Game 5.
58 points. They beat them by 58.
That's how I knew Golden State.
That is embarrassing.
Really wasn't trying.
Obviously.
That's how I knew they wasn't trying.
They gave that away.
That's how I knew they wasn't trying.
It's more fun. It's more fun of winning at your opponent's arena than at home.
Yeah.
It's more fun.
Which is why like when Memphis was like being all extra after the game, saying like, yeah, we did. Y'all really
And then John Morant trolling Steph Curry.
Y'all really didn't do anything because the Warriors barely showed up to play. They barely showed up to participate. They gave y'all a C effort, to be honest.
Right. They just wanted them fans to be happy, you know. Let y'all fans be happy, okay?
They gave y'all a C effort.
Because y'all fit.
They barely showed up to play.
It's all right. They just gave the fans what they wanted.
Yeah.
You know, let Memphis fans have it.
It's like y'all being a little bit too cocky. Because listen, the Warriors barely showed up.
I hate that they did it, but watch when they go back to go to state.
I knew. I was like, they are not trying to win this game.
And then you had Mike Brown coaching. I'm like, he ain't gonna do nothing.
It's because Steve.
I know, but I know he out. But I'm like, Mike Brown.
And shout out to Mike Brown. After this season, he will be the new head coach for the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah. Yes, heard that.
That's big news for him. Yeah.
So good luck to him.
Yeah. Mike Brown was coaching. Steve Kerr was in here, like he was in like COVID protocols. Like they was they showed up for the they showed up for a C effort.
Yeah.
They didn't come to play. They didn't come to play. They just can't show their face. All right, we made it. Peace. That's all they was there for.
Morant was definitely making fun of Curry. I'm like, okay, what?
He doing a lot.
Watch.
His antics in this particular series, it's making people look at him differently.
Right.
Yeah. It's making people look at him like, oh, you this type of player.
Right.
Okay. Oh, you're not as humble as you think you. Oh, okay. Okay. You're this type of player. Okay.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so hopefully tonight, Game 6, Warriors Memphis. The Warriors just clean it up. No Game 7. I'm hoping Saturday, Game 7. Mavs Suns handle their business, and I also hope tonight, Game 6, Boston Milwaukee. Boston pick up a game, and then they go back to Game 7, and then decide their winner. But as of right now, the only team moving forward
Miami chilling
is the one under the radar, which is the
chilling.
Miami Heat. They under the radar and they chilling. They
for them to be called Heat. Never mind. Cordy joke.
Because they really are under the radar. Like they are not getting talked about a lot.
Yeah,
they're not. Because like in the East, it's more so talk about Boston, Milwaukee, and then overall, it's always the chatter is the Western Conference teams,
right?
Warriors, Phoenix, like that's what they talk about.
Yeah, you don't hear a lot about the Heat.
Not at all.
Which is
not
good.
At all. Which is good for them. Yeah. So that's this weekend's recap of games that is to happen. I'm excited. I'm still hoping the next round is more exciting.
It'll get there.
Yeah.
Just hold on. It'll get there.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. But yeah, that's really much all it wasn't a lot happening this week, peeps. Because we just listen, baseball is still creeping. The WNBA just started. It's just been like a week of games so far. And then hockey and basketball is in playoffs. So
about to end soon,
yeah. We making our way back to full-time sports. Yeah. Oh, I saw the NFL release like their schedule. I'm not really a football person. Y'all know this. It's just not my thing.
Oh my God.
Sorry. But yeah, good episode.
Yeah.
If you do not, make sure you follow us on our Instagram. The Instagram, it is WDWKAS podcast. And within the Instagram in the bio, it's a Linktree link.
Yeah, so all of our social media, our YouTube, our article.
Shout out to the article. Yeah. Make sure you read that.
Yeah.
If you do not already, make sure that you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube. The YouTube is also within the link tree. But if you just want to know it, the YouTube, it is WDWKAS podcast. As always, I'm Brittney Cole.
And I'm Vicky D.
We shall see y'all next week. Peace.
You are now listening to the Best Damn Sports Podcast. Period.